Can you imagine Draco Malfoy as a Disney prince? And did you know that Evanna Lynch approved the design of a Disney-fied Luna? We're breaking down what Harry Potter would look like if it were remade as an animated movie. Now, Harry Potter may be the boy who lived, but he wouldn't have gotten far without Ron and Hermione. There were other friends at Hogwarts, like Luna Lovegood, who helped Harry get by, of course, but we'll be getting to those in a moment. These three would serve as the heart to our imagined little Disney movie here, and this fan art from DeviantArtist John Sketch's Stuff gives us a pretty good idea of how they'd all look together. Harry has a certain Prince Eric vibe to him here, while Ron's design is based off of Kristoff, and Hermione takes inspiration from Moana. We also have to show you this fan art from this DeviantArtist that shows Ron and Hermione as Belle and Beast, which was just too cute not to include. Does anybody else get Yule Ball vibes from this? Luna Lovegood is practically a Disney character as it is. She's a free spirit who marches to the beat of her own drum, and if that isn't Disney princess material, then we don't know what is.
It's a charm, actually. Keeps away the narvals.
Evanna Lynch even praised this fan art of a Disney-fied version of Luna by Mad Boogie Creations to her Instagram page. According to her, it really captures Luna's soul, and by that she meant her dreaminess, whimsy, curiosity, serenity, and depth. And we can see it too, Evanna. Just look at those large eyes, exactly like Anna and Elsa's from Frozen. You also get a sense of Luna's total uniqueness in this picture, with her specter specs on top of her head. She suits this design almost as well as a certain potions teacher we'll be discussing next. Snape is driven by his love for Lily.
After all this time, always.
He's forever tormented by his feelings for her, sort of like a certain Disney villain that he kinda reminds us of. Just like Snape, Frollo is also compelled by his feelings for Esmeralda.
Choose me or the fire.
Frollo also has the same long nose as Snape, and his shallow complexion, as it's described in the books. Just give him some long dark hair and Hogwarts robes, as DeviantArtist Gating has done, and you already have the perfect design for Snape right there. It's almost too perfect. Kinda like how this may just be the perfect time for you to hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying our video. Because when it comes to morally dubious characters here, we're just getting started. Draco Malfoy isn't what you'd call evil. He's just a bit of a bully and a little arrogant because he was raised in a rich family who used to be among Voldemort's Death Eaters. More on him later. Because of this, we're picturing a design that plays on Draco's nobility, maybe even going so far as to make fun of the prince trope, the way that we saw Disney do already in Into the Woods.
I was raised to be charming, not sincere.
For our animated movie, though, we're thinking of a design that's similar to what we saw Disney do with Prince Philip, like the fan art from this DeviantArtist. The artist has given him Draco's iconic blonde hair and sense of Slytherin pride as well, so we can definitely see something like this working.
Scared, Potter?
You wish.
Lord Voldemort is one of the coolest villains out there. He really is the definition of evil, which makes it sorta hard for us to picture him cracking jokes like a Weasley. Even still, we're taking our inspiration from a sort of unlikely source.
Name is Hades, Lord of the Dead. Hi, how you doing?
We don't see a whole lot in common between arguably Disney's funniest villain and He Who Must Not Be Named, but this fan art shows us just how horrifying the combination can be. Voldemort is described as looking more snake-like than human, the more that he dabbles with dark magics in the book anyway, so something like this could definitely go a long way towards making him an imposing figure in our Disney movie.
Confess myself disappointed.
Now, Ginny is one tough witch in the books. She has to be. She had 6 big brothers to make her that way. If we're gonna have her in a Disney movie, then we're going to want to see her with a design that perfectly captures that strength, like this one from another DeviantArtist. It shows Ginny with her Quidditch goggles in place, her red hair a little windswept, and a big smile on her face that seems to say that she's up to no good, just like her brothers. And of course, you can see that she's wearing her mother's knit sweater because, like many of our heroes, she's all about family at the end of the day. What animated Disney movie wouldn't be complete without talking animals? Sirius Black is Harry Potter's godfather, who we honestly would have rather seen raise Harry than the Dursleys, but more on them in a bit, because Sirius is also an animagus, capable of transforming himself into a black dog at will. We imagine that Disney would have a field day with this opportunity, giving us Sirius in his dog form in as many scenes as possible. The Prisoner of Azkaban movies show Sirius as a kind of scraggly looking dog, but you have have to know that Disney would clean him up a bit, like this deviant fan art from Flare and Icicle. Sure, he's still a little bit disheveled. The artist did take inspiration from Tramp.
Open my eyes
To what a dog's life can really be.
But this dog is still far friendlier looking than the one Harry mistook as an omen of death originally.
You have Grim?
The Dursleys are described as being pretty cartoonish in the books already. Petunia is a thin woman with a long neck and blonde hair, with her husband Vernon, a beefy man with a bushy black mustache, and their son Dudley, a chunky boy with blonde hair who Harry describes as looking a lot like a pig in a wig. These descriptions lend themselves well to the Disney-fied design of the Muggle family by this deviant artist, except potentially for Dudley looking like a pig in a wig. You can also see Aunt Marge floating away in the corner of the picture, which reminds us of the sort of whimsical scenes that we really want to see Disney revisit.
Don't you dare! Sorry.
We can definitely see the magic practiced at Hogwarts, providing us with a lot of whimsical Disney moments as well, especially when you get Dumbledore involved. Now, there are a lot of similarities between Dumbledore and Merlin when you think about it. They're both great wizards, and both of them go on to mentor young heroes, and they're both known for wearing flowing, magical-looking robes, and they both have long, white beards. Just slap a pair of half-moon-shaped glasses on that long nose and you're already there, sort of like what this deviant artist has done here. We imagine a Disney version of Harry Potter would probably use him to similar effect as Merlin, too, playing the old and wise mentor getting up to magical hijinks.
You can't grow up without a decent education, you know.
Dolores Umbridge may be the most hated character among the fandom.
I will have order!
In the books, she was described as a toad-like woman with a wide mouth and a velvet bow in her hair that reminded Harry of a fly about to be eaten. It's a great image for sure. And this deviant artist turned that description into an image that could come straight out of Disney. Just look at that evil Grinch-like smile. It didn't have to be this way, Dolores. All you had to do was listen to Harry, and maybe be a little nicer to half-giants like our next entry on the list. Umbridge's short and squat stature remind us a little bit of Ursula here, though we imagine that she'd have to throw a lot more pink into that wardrobe. Hagrid was made to be an animated character. His larger-than-life features practically make him a cartoon already. A big part of Hagrid's design would have to focus on the half-giant's massive height, compared to the students at Hogwarts, something that this digital artist we found on Pinterest captured well in this fan art. You see how Hagrid towers over little Harry in an almost similar way to how Baymax towers over Hero over at Disney?
There.
Considering how gorgeous Hagrid's hair looked in the picture, we can definitely see the animators having some fun here. The way they did designing Merida's hair for Brave. Mad-Eye Moody is not known for his beauty. He needs a design that more reflects the amount of dark wizards he's fought, and this deviant artist has given us a work of fan art that does that well. He looks almost a little bit like Quasimodo from The Hunchback of Notre Dame here, and by emphasizing his artificial eye so much, the artist does a great job of drawing your attention to it without the massive eye attachment from the movies. And yet, it's the disfiguring scar that really gives this face strength. This artist also seems to have drawn a bit of influence from Disney characters like Preston B. Whitmore from Atlantis for this one, which definitely helps to lend Mad-Eye Moody an air of well-traveled sophistication. Considering some of these designs, Harry Potter might just work better as an animated movie than we'd expect. Are there any other moments from the book you'd like to see Disney handle? And which of these designs was your favorite today? We're all fans of magic here, so make sure to let us know in the comment section down below.